Hello, this is Mikel again, and I just wanted to shoot this final video in our tutorial series to explain a couple of important things that you have to take into account when you are using this plugin to create your internal link structures. I have created a test structure here called a test ring, which is a 3-node structure, which is using 3 posts as the sources. Just remember the erythrodermic psoriasis, what is general psoriasis, and is psoriasis contagious. Okay, so let's go to create a new structure, and imagine that we wanted to create a hub. So we select test hub, and when we open the sources here, you see that these 3 posts that were used in the previous structure that I just showed you do not appear in the list. Okay, so this is by design, and there's a reason for that, and we have to think of this from the user's perspective, and when we think of this from the front-end point of view, because each time you select a given post or page as the source, it will add the introductory text, link 1, and if needed, the introductory text 2 and link 2. If we gave the possibility of adding any given post or pages to as many structures as you wanted to, the plugin would start adding lines after lines of links at the bottom or at the top of the post, which is something that is not very user friendly and something that we don't want you to do, and we don't want the plugin to allow. So we would have, instead of just having one line, we would have a second line saying, if you want to know more about this topic, visit, and another link. If you want to know more about this topic, visit, and another link. Okay, so this is the first thing I wanted to show you. Once you have selected one post, in this case erythrodermic psoriasis, for one of the structures, you won't be able to use it in another different structure, and it won't be shown in the list. So this is normal, this is by design, and we really think that this is something logical to do, because you don't want to give your user 17 different options at the end of the post, but just 1 or 2, depending on the structure, 1 or 2 links that they can visit. Okay, so this is one thing. And the second thing that I wanted to show you was, in the case of the ring, excuse me, let's get into edit. Remember how when we were creating the ring, the plugin automatically auto-populated all of these fields. If you go into edit mode, and for instance you change the number of nodes, this auto-population won't work, not because it's completely impossible to do, but because it's quite difficult to do it computationally, to reload all the structure and start changing things dynamically as you change this to 5. So we raise a warning here saying that if you change the number of nodes, you will have to make sure that all the links are correct. So you have to make sure that you create this new structure yourself. If we just change the post that we want to have inside the ring, it doesn't matter, we can change that and the links are created correctly and adapted and pre-populated correctly. But if we change it from 3 to 4 and click on accept, you see that now it's node 4, the one that should point to node 1, which is erythrodermic psoriasis. And if we select here pustula psoriasis, and we have to select the different source here, and in this case it does auto-populate the field. But as you've seen, when we change the number of nodes from 3 to 4, it didn't automatically create this node 4, removed the target link from node 3 and moved it to here so that it closes the ring to node 1. You have to do that manually. because it was very hard to do it on the fly, and it's quite intensive computationally, so you will have to change this also. I just wanted to remind you of this thing, and in case you are creating a very complex structure and you have created a 4-node star and then you want to change it to a 6-node star, it may even be easier to just delete the previous one and create a new one from scratch than editing it and changing all the values. So if you are going to edit the number of nodes in a simple structure like a ring, if you are changing from 3 to 4, it may be possible to do it manually, but if you are changing a complex structure from 3 to 6, you'd rather delete the previous structure and create a new one, because it will save you time and hassles, and it's much easier to do. Okay, so these are just the two things that I wanted to let you know about. Each post can only be used as a source in one structure, and if you are changing the number of nodes in an existing structure, just think before you do it whether it's not easier to just delete the existing one and create a new one. Okay, so thanks a lot and goodbye from Mikkel, and hope you like the plugin.